Uh-oh, now we're in trouble.
We got the recording.
Recording's in progress. Be careful what you say.
Yeah.
Yes, I wasn't here last week. What happened to Peter? What did he die from? Does anyone know?
He died.
I mean, no one knows exactly. What, a heart attack or just
Yeah,
some
No, he'd been suffering with something in his mouth and stuff for a long time.
okay.
He
I
finally
know that.
got it.
That's probably what it was. Yeah. Okay.
I have been I've been emailing Emily, Joel's friend,
Yes.
Mhm.
and Joel is in rehab right now. And he's in there to get some strength back.
Mhm.
And next thing I know, I get a call from Joel. It's perky as ever, always. And we just had a nice chat. He says, he wants to get out of here, but they got to keep him in to rebuild his strength. And before that, Emily said he's having to fall a lot, so they're concerned about his falling, and so he didn't hurt himself. And but he's I told him he's in there just causing havoc. He seemed to be in fairly good spirits, but being someone who's so active all his life, being confined to a rehab center.
So that's why he's there to build up strength and everything.
Yeah. He's obviously he's very alert mentally, very
Sharp,
quick.
yeah.
Still got his quick wit up there. So anyway, it's nice to hear his voice and talk to him.
Well, I remember when we went to the reunion last year. Well, everybody went to eat at that hamburger place, and Bonnie and I went and late second with the second shift with Joel and Chris. And Joel was, we took our time getting there because he had his little walker with him, but he stopped and was making faces and talking to people through a window at the, while we're walking down there. He was cutting up, so he always the entertainer.
Yeah. He's
good.
Remind him we were up in this area about this time last year, about a week earlier maybe, but during the fall when the leaves just started changing and everything.
Yeah, they hadn't started changing just yet when we were there, but I think you got a good picture when you left in that airplane.
Yeah,
because
I went to Flagstaff, Arizona, this last week, which is a small college town, and the aspens there just started changing, and it's so weird. I can change climates so quickly here, and down there, called in the valley in the desert. And you head up north about 2.5 hours, and it's lots of colorful leaves, and the aspens are tall and all evergreen, and it's a cute little town,
Yeah, the only time I had passed through Flagstaff about 10 years ago, I took my sons on one of those 7-day river rafting trips down the Grand Canyon, and we drove and we went past Flagstaff, but they had just had some bad fires in Flagstaff. I mean, you could see where the burn line stopped just before it got to the city, and had all these big signs out. God bless the firemen, because they were fired before it got into town. There was snow on the top of the mountain, but then it was this big charred area, and it stopped just before it got to Flagstaff.
That's so weird. You can still see parts of burnt forest as we were driving through one of the forests. A lot of the trees have grown back, but you can still see some of the leftover. And even up in the northwest in Seattle, they have huge fires up there, and you can see the smoke in the distance. And the fact is, you'd go out and get in your car, and there'd be ash soot on your car.
Wow.
Isn't the swamp on fire in Louisiana now, Billy?
Yeah, the bog. The trouble is with that is it burns underground. It's like you light a smoker. Seriously, it's just like it smolders underground.
Marsh fire, yeah.
Yeah.
It's underground.
Yeah, it's under the ground. It's like charcoal basically under there. If it takes a lightning strike or something, gets it going, it'll just keep smoldering and just sends up these smoke. Basically.
Is that called?
That's what calls that massive.
It's called peat, like PEAT, not the other kind of peat.
Which is the organic material underground.
Yeah.
That's weird.
When it smells awful.
Yeah.
And did that cause the 150 car wreck on 50?
Yeah.
It because the
fog kind of collects on with the smoke particles and just makes it super foggy.
Yeah, they say
It's
they
like
say it increases the density.
150 cars. I mean,
168 now,
Well,
And
it was,
8 dead.
part of the reason it was like that is because they closed the Causeway Bridge, which is north and south across the causeway, and they diverted people to I-55 to go all the way around the lake. But when you're on the interstate, they don't close it down if there's fog. The causeway will close down if there's fog. I guess it's a toll bridge, so they can do what they want with it. But it caused a lot of people, I think, maybe to speed because they were, late and having to go like 30 miles around the lake to get to Covington and so. And
So that's what caused all that traffic on I-55 then. huh?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was horrible.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
North having a lot of trouble. I hear the archdiocese is selling out.
You got to pay off all the sex
All the-
crimes. It's crazy.
Exactly.
no, I thought they went bankrupt, so they didn't have to pay him off, and they're paying off.
Yeah.
That's
the-
crazy.
That doesn't work.
But the thing is, they let it go on so long. They knew what was going on.
Yeah, that's why if they had fessed up to it and just
Yeah, taking care of it years ago. They tried to hide their head in the water.
I guess they didn't know how to handle it or something. I don't know, but it's horrible.
They didn't want
they
to.
didn't want to.
Here's Mike Gentry.
There's Mike Gentry. Yes, it is.
Hey guys.
So,
Hey,
How
Mike.
you doing?
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike.
How's everybody?
Doing?
Good.
You had a good birthday, Mike?
I had a great birthday. Thank you. I did.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Well,
We went down to Florida and had a sibling birthday together. My two sisters and I, and their family and kids and grandkids and great grandkids. And
that sounds nice.
we got together for about 3 or 4 days down in Central Florida for everybody's
80 years old now, huh? 80 years old?
80. Yeah.
really? Wow.
God.
Wow. Shit. Well, Chris is over there going, I don't believe that shit, man.
Mike, when I met you at the mustache, you were with 34. Shit.
Well, in New Orleans, I would have been 31. Yeah, 31.
31.
Wow.
A long time. Shit.
I was an old man then. I was an old man.
Yeah, compared to us, you were. Yeah.
All the youngsters.
I think I was 20 when you were there. Yeah. But
You were 31 when you started in 73.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow.
So I was 30 in 73.
You were
Yeah.
30 and 70. I was 19. I thought I was an old fucking guy.
yeah.
Now
I
I'm
was,
30 old now.
I was 26 when I started there. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
there's
get
no
70.
question that when you're a teenager, somebody who's 30 is like, whoa,
Right.
Yep.
You're right. Yeah.
Over the hill, man. Goodbye.
close
Oh,
to the
sure.
end by now, right?
Also, the years
Sure.
seem very long at that age. Seems like the year goes on and on. Now a year goes zoom.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Go very
Yeah, it
fast.
was-
That's what I
And
need.
I enjoyed working that time down with Barry down in New Orleans. Barry and Maynard,
Mm.
Peter, of course, Peter Vrianides, and all the rest of the waiters and bartenders had a great time.
That was a fun spot then.
Yeah.
It was a close knit little club down there. It really was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Well run.
We stayed together. I mean, we Rick, me, Tom, Barry, Roger. Like anytime anybody's in town, we all get together and
Right.
stuff. And it's just like I
Yeah.
don't go to my own high school reunions, but I'll go to a mustache reunion.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
you-
weird? We had like
Yeah.
two separate lives in the past.
Yeah.
I went to my 60th high school reunion. It was like I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then people change differently. Those who stay in one spot,
Mm.
with high school, stay in their hometown, depending on
Well, I
others
noticed
travel around.
during the reunions, Roger, the previous ones, like the 40th and the 25th, there were
Yeah.
still little high school clique type things,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. right.
which I didn't like then and could care less now. So
Yeah.
give me
That's
me a
why
beer.
I think that mustache reunion we had in Connecticut in '87 was so good because we were still young
exactly.
One's too far removed, you know?
Uh,
Oh, that's a great picture.
Barry, Tim, Maynard, and Peter.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great
Tim
shot.
Shea.
Look at all that hair for
Hey, Bozo.
Yeah. Wonder what kind of beverage y'all got there, Barry?
And Maynard looks like the youngest one there.
I talked to Tim and Maynard last week when I found out Peter died.
Uh-huh.
Tim and Maynard.
Hmm. What year was this picture? This had to have been 74.
I would say 74.
That's after I left.
Right when you left, that became the band.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to
And
this.
it was you, me, Maynard, and Peter, and then that became the band once you left.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then Peter came to Disney not too long after that.
Mm-hmm.
And so did Tim Shea.
Hmm.
So I worked with both those guys in the Banjo Kings on Main Street back in, well, it would have been probably 83 or 84, something like that.
One time,
Yeah.
Mike and I made a list of all the people that worked for the Mustache that went on to Disney. It was like 20 names.
Was Disney
Yeah.
good to work for?
What's that, Tom?
Was Disney good to work for?
It was different. It was corporate. He had a very corporate type feeling, and not a feeling of
They
Family.
didn't leave the taps on at night, right?
they put a lot of caps on what you could do, you know.
Yeah, so they
so-
didn't leave the taps on at night.
Yep. So, I mean,
I could
Yeah,
have
I-
a mustache for 30 years.
yeah. We all had to shave going down there, of course. Even when Bob Adams went down there, he shaved his big old beautiful mustache, man.
Oh, jeez.
They didn't allow facial hair, huh?
But just the people in the work I worked with, Peter Vrianides, Peter Babcock. He went from Disney down to Florida. Hey. Hello there.
I love this picture.
That's a good
Yeah.
picture.
That's low brass. Low brass.
Low brass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What club was that?
That
Let's
was
make the-
that was in Oklahoma City, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe not.
Oh, the Banjo Hall of Fame thing?
Well, it was connected to the Hall of Fame thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not Maison Bourbon, huh, Barry?
Might be.
Yeah, that might be because it has a little spiral staircase coming down into it.
Yeah, Mason Bourbon. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Danny said if y'all all get together for that day, we can probably play there. So if everybody
Yeah.
can get up and down that little spiral staircase.
I'm gonna need some help. I mean,
Can't you just get on the can't you just get on the banister and like slide down?
That's it.
No. Yeah.
Somebody else can carry the banjo.
At Rosie O'Grady's in Orlando, they used to slide down a fire pole to get on stage
Wow.
Wow.
with instruments.
I like to see the
Yep.
tuba.
Yeah.
I never did that.
Yeah.
Mustache, Bourbon Street. Okay, who we got here?
And Roger and
The magic fireplace truck.
is that Edwin next to you, Roger? Is that
Yes, it is.
okay?
And
I see Wilbur Kite all the way on the back of the thing with his
yeah,
wall.
he's the washboard
Yeah.
player,
Yeah, Wilbur.
George Berg and Bruce O'Neill, Don Summers, and Warren Spotswood on trombone.
Oh, that's right. It is a Bruce O'Neill, isn't it? Yeah.
That was a great fire truck.
Now, the person that's holding the album looks like a waiter with a,
Yeah, that's the waiter, Gary Nickerson.
what's his name? Barry Nickerson?
Gary,
Oh, Gary, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he looks a lot like a guy in the New York who went to Fordham, part of that Fordham gang of Bill Dern,
yeah.
and his name was Mike Maloney.
Yeah, yeah. That was
And I think Mike actually came to Carnegie Hall,
Hmm.
but that was the last time I saw him.
Does anybody know what Don Summers is doing?
I don't, Roger.
No. Last, of course, he was a riverboat captain for a long time.
Hmm. Roger, what year did you get the fire truck?
We got that in, I'm trying to think. In the late 60s, 68, 69, let me see, wait, I went down there in 65. So probably 66 or 67. It came
Yeah.
from LaPlace, Louisiana. I was looking for a fire truck of all things.
Just
And,
happen to have one.
somebody told me that this guy up in LaPlace had a big barn full of old vehicles. So I got in contact with him, and then a group of us drove up there, and we went to this bar. God, he had the most beautiful old antique cars, and he had a couple fire trucks, and this was a chain-driven vehicle, and
Hmm.
it didn't look like it, obviously, but I had the whole thing completely painted red, and which should have been. And then I had the bell was still on it, the siren still worked, and Neil Underseer painted all the wording on it. And one day the policeman pulled me over and said, "You got to stop using your siren."
Yeah.
He didn't think it was funny, and so I just took the siren off and the bell, hung the bell behind the bar and the mustache.
Well, the city of LaPlace was so interesting. I mean, it's before they built the interstate. You'd have to go through
Yeah,
LaPlace.
we come down Airline Highway.
It was right, right when you passed the spillway, you get to LaPlace on the way to Baton Rouge. And they had a big snake farm there, and a bar that you could wrestle a gorilla in. Seriously, you could wrestle a gorilla, and
That's
that was part of the thing. And I think if you stayed in the ring with the gorilla for 3 minutes, you won $50.
And if you didn't,
You probably get kind of bruised because he would throw you out of the ring pretty good. It was, but that's all the gorilla was trained to do. It wasn't gonna eat you or nothing, but it was trained to pick the person up and throw them out of the ring.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's so old Southern Louisiana. It's funny. It's all.
Yeah, it was worth the price of admission just watching these good old boys drunk trying to wrestle a
Yeah,
gorilla.
yeah. They had some of those farms where you could feed the alligators. They give you a piece of bacon or something on a string, a little pole, hang it over and try to tease the little alligator, jump up and try to get it.
Some of those gals we used to fool with after hours were like wrestling a gorilla.
Yeah, right. That's after you had a couple beers, of course.
Yeah, man.
Some of those women would do anything for a free beer.
Yeah.
Were those your cousins from the island? Jamaica?
Yeah, right.
Of course not. She's my cousin. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't remember the straight lines anymore, huh?
Okay, I read
This
your
is when we
email.
got the truck painted.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
like new. Yeah.
like,
Oh, that was the people who painted the truck like new. They wanted the picture for promotion. I guess they use it so you can get anything painted here. That was so funny. That's Ron Manuel at the far end of the truck. And I'm in another cute bathing suit. I don't know what possessed me to run around town looking like that.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to be taken seriously.
Yeah, that's right. That's like someone was asking for the manager at the front door, and this guy's a little drunk. And someone said, "All right, this guy wants to talk to the manager." I said, "Okay." Someone talked to him because he had to leave. He said, "No, I want to talk to the manager." I said, "Man," the manager said, "No, you're not the manager. Where's the manager?" Because I looked so young. He didn't believe me. That's
Yeah.
funny.
You probably were just trying to emulate Joel with the bathing suit. You just needed a Speedo instead.
Yeah, well, I with
Uh-oh.
yeah, that was a great vehicle.
Oh, that was it was nice.
Oh yeah, we drive around the French Quarter.
Mm.
I used
It
to
was
go to the sororities, pick the girls up for a happy hour or the Friday afternoon club, and we bring them back down, drop them off.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my first experience with the fire truck was when I started. We did a collection for cystic fibrosis, and we were on the Playboy Bunnies, and us were on the fire truck, and collected money on Canal Street.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, it
Got
was
that
such a great promotional vehicle. People loved it, you know.
Yeah.
And if we're going to do a job somewhere, they're going to, oh, so you can bring in your fire truck. Sure,
It was a
we'll bring
beautiful vehicle. It was a beautiful vehicle.
I have a little video clip from the reunion last year, just some people talking a little bit. Get this up here.
68 in Denver,
Oh,
Colorado, playing tuba.
Oh, okay.
And as it turned out, the instrumentation, of course, was for two banjos, trombone, tuba. And one of the banjo players was leaving, and they wanted to know if I wanted to play. So I went and brought a banjo and a book, and 2 weeks later, instead of working 2 nights a week as a sub, I'm working 5 nights a week as a side banjo player. So, and then took over the band, several months later.
But the big thing about the mustache was the level of acceptance. When I walked into the mustache, I didn't know anybody. They didn't know me. But you would think that we had been, brothers or cousins or whatever, and everybody just accepted me. And I was like the youngest guy. I didn't know one end of anything from the other, but nobody cared. Everybody was just very accepting and supportive, and I think that was the big thing. The other big thing was the amount of responsibility that Joel and the other managers were willing to give to somebody who had no reason to have that responsibility. And, we would go on these outside jobs, we would travel with the band and all of this stuff. And here I was, like 18 or 19 years old. And, what can I say? To manage what was going on, he had the confidence in me to say, you can do this. And I did. So I think that was just a great life lesson for later on, the confidence that it built in me, and friendships that lasted a lifetime, obviously, because here we are.
It was Don's idea. We gathered 200 pie plates, little ones, and we put whipped cream, and we waited until the last song and the last evening that the club
we
was
let
gonna
the
open.
customers go, as I remember. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't throw pies at customers.
No, customers grabbed them and threw them. So anyway, there was 200 whipped cream pies flying all over the place, and it was just a wild evening.
The next day.
The next day we had to clean it up.
And it was already starting to smell. Why we didn't use shaving cream, I don't know.
It was not yeah.
Okay.
That was a true statement you made about acceptance in your father's mustache.
That was
People,
good.
that's so true, because we'd hire someone and either they fit in immediately or else they didn't. And
Right.
You could sort of just tell. Oh yeah, come on, yeah, you do. I like your personality. Da da da. And the next thing you know, you're working some position in the club. I was talking to Joe about that earlier today. I talked to him on the phone, and about all the responsibility he just gave me. He said, "Here, you can take care of that." I go, "Okay." So you're the guy who hired 2 guys from a small town in Missouri, and we went from there.
How is Joel, Roger?
He's he's in a rehab situation where he's
For what?
going in to build up his strength, because Emily said he was falling a lot. They're concerned about him falling down, but the spirit, his mind is sharp. He made funny comments and asked about how other people were doing, and I first emailed Emily to make sure it was all right to get a hold of him, and she said, "Yeah, he like to talk to you." So he called me just before we got online, and yeah, for what he's going through and everything, you know, Joel doesn't like to be confined a lot, obviously, because of his lifestyle he's had.
But then
But,
didn't Emily send out a thing like, don't ask him how long he's going to be there?
Exactly, yeah, I didn't,
Yeah.
he didn't want to hear that at all. So we just talked about funny things, and I told him, you know, we tell stories about him, you know, so he liked all that. And Keaton was here when I was talking earlier, and he asked about Keaton, how he was doing and everything. Yeah, he's I'm glad he was, you know, he's at a stage where you're worried, you know. We're all getting a little bit older.
He looked feeble last year, I remember in New Haven. Tired, you know?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was worried last year about him.
I think the perkiest he looked in New Haven was when we played at the bar, when y'all played at the bar. And he,
Yeah.
a couple of solos, he did the radio and row, row, row. And he, you know, looked and sounded pretty good then, but you know, so I guess there's something about performing in front of a crowd that just kind of gets it going, you know.
Oh, that was Joey put him in front of a crowd and they start responding to him. Can't get him off the stage. Other band members say, well, Joe, are we just going to keep playing? The time for a break.
Yeah.
It was funny because Joe would say, especially in New Orleans, during the busy time, he'd come in, he'd be playing and playing, and I'd have to go up. Hey, Joe, we got a lie now. We need to turn the crowd over. Play an up-tempo song and turn them over. And waiters would, of course, run through behind that when the band's got off, pick up all the glasses, clear the tables, bring another crowd.
Yeah.
Fine art of creating cash flow.
Yeah. Here's an old picture of Joel I found
Oh
sometime.
my
That's
goodness,
a cool picture.
that's, wow.
That's real cool. Where is that, in New York somewhere?
Yeah, I just found it. I just Googled Joel Schiavone and it popped up on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
Well,
doesn't
actually,
have anything to do with the mustache, but you know,
what's that sign say behind it? New something.
new.
Starts with a K also. I don't know.
That's one I've never seen.
I never seen it either.
I haven't put it on here before. I found it. I was just looking to see if I could find anything new on Joel.
Be careful.
Just on just Google search, you know. Who knows? Yeah.
Some kind of restaurant. So
Yeah. It's the lights out front like that and everything.
Yeah, it's like Art Nouveau. Yeah. Anyway, I have to ask him. Didn't he run? He ran for office and stuff up there before, you know.
in
What's that?
Connecticut, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I got another old one that we've seen this one before, but let's see. It's
Oh yeah, Fred.
That was out in front of the club in New Orleans.
yeah, but I was looking at the prices. Good,
Mustache cup $1.25, mug of beer 50 cents, pitcher of beer $3. Jesus, your finest whiskey's $1.10.
And it was the finest whiskey.
Top drawer, top drawer.
Cost $3 a bottle.
You're right.
That much. Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And,
Well, that was the stuff we used for the what was it, the night when you could get highballs for 50 cents and
oh, girls' night, ladies' night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but we had
Yeah,
Vio,
that's-
and we had Seagram's, you know,
Yeah.
because
Those
people
are-
would always want certain types of, we didn't have everything, you know, just, you know.
But the guy on the end, his name's Dibbs, and he was a bartender. The other guy, of course, is Fred Hendricks.
Yeah.
And Fred has a rose in his mouth. And the next guy is John Fairfield. He was the construction guy. The other guy was a musician. He played the clarinet and the piano. And the other guy was a waiter. And that rose that Fred is holding, I had sent this friend of mine a dozen roses. And it came to the mustache, so Fred kept some of them. I guess he held his announcers to let me know that, yeah, the roses came. I was in Denver at the time, working.
Get your beer, $3, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Shit, it's hard to find a beer for $3.
Oh, yeah. No, that's last time I went to somebody told me that in the Dome for the Saints games, now it's like $15 a beer.
Oh, I know. It's so expensive to go to a sports event today. It's insane. It's so corporate. Well,
I think it's $14. I think it is $14, Bill. I'm trying to remember last Thursday.
Yeah.
You still have your season's pass, Rick?
Pardon?
You still have your season's pass?
My season ticket? Yeah. Well,
Season
actually, I
ticket.
transferred it to my son's name, Russell's name, but
Okay.
because I figured if something happened to me, I want him to be sure to someone to
Stay in
keep
the
on.
family.
But yeah,
Exactly.
we got 3 of them.
Oh, that's great. That's
They're a
good.
little more expensive. I used to have them when I first got tickets. I got 6 of them for $100 each.
Oh
Now
my
these are
God.
these are $1,300 each.
Oh my God.
But they're on the 25-yard line now. So
Yeah,
Those are good.
yeah.
Beautiful.
It's so weird. The Saints are so different, you know. You know,
No,
everybody-
it's just I'm not.
everybody misses the good old days when Drew and
Oh yeah, man. It's,
You know,
Well,
Rick, the only reason I watch the Saints is to watch Taysom Hill.
oh,
You
Taysom's something else.
He's
He's just
awesome.
Beautiful, man. He's
beautiful. He can do anything. He's quarterback, wide receiver, running back.
running
yes.
defensive back.
Yeah, he can play
He
anything.
plays on special
Hey,
teams.
Ira.
If the
Hey,
damn
guys.
coaches would use him more, they'd win more.
Pete,
Hey, looky
Hey.
here,
Hello, Ira.
Mr. Ira.
I guess you guys all know about Joel's in rehab, right?
Yeah, we saw that. We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, little Ira's up there visiting him.
Oh,
Yeah, he went up there. He said Emily wouldn't tell him anything on the phone, but when he got there, she'd tell him, so. I'll find out when he gets back what's going on. My guess is maybe a stroke, I don't know.
No, he didn't have a stroke. He went
No?
into rehab. I just got off the phone with Joel.
Hmm.
Yeah, he went in to rebuild his strength up. Is really bad. And
Okay.
he's fine. So they're keeping him up there, and Emily's up there, of course, with him. But that's the main purpose. Is of course he was falling a lot, so
Hmm.
about his, something really, really bad if he'd fall, hit his head or something.
Wow. How old is he, Raj? 84 or something?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
He's 87,
87.
87.
born in 1936. Yeah,
Wow.
on my birthday.
Oh, really?
Really, we had the same
You're
birthday,
87, Mike?
October 20th. Great
The
banjo
puzzle-
player.
The bloodline stays at the banjos.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, wow, 87. Well,
Hmm.
time is a bitch.
Oh boy.
Hey, Billy, remember the picture you put up of the 3 guys walking across Bourbon Street with the cot?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
The middle guy was Wayne Wood.
Wayne Wood, that's right.
Right, that's him, Raj.
I couldn't think of his name the same.
No, Wayne Wood, Dennis Collins, and Dave Hunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And,
Mhm.
and now we know Dave's fine. What about the other two?
Dave's enjoying retirement.
Right. And what about Dennis Collins?
Dennis Collins is dead.
Okay,
He died. He died probably 6-7 years ago.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah. Yep. And Wayne, I don't know if he's still alive. I don't know.
Such conversations we have these days.
Yeah, that's why we got to have our reunion the next week.
Next week.
Really?
Let's hurry up.
I'll fly down tonight. Wow.
Oh, you're funny, Art.
It's not funny.
Yeah. The thing is, it's the truth though.
Yeah, it is the truth, the sad truth.
Oh, Jesus.
When I first got on, I think Chris was talking about all the people that were going down to the to Jones Place for the
Oh, the Jazz Festival?
Yeah.
There's that picture, yeah.
Yeah. That's Dennis Collins on the right.
Yeah, that was put in the local newspaper.
yeah, we used
Yeah.
to,
What's on top of that drum set? Looks like.
They're just their luggage and stuff.
Lug-
Yeah, they're carrying.
Yeah, yeah.
I tell you what, those little wheels on that bed wouldn't really help the way the street is now.
That's for sure.
Just this guy over by the sign. He's like, "What's going
What
on?"
the hell? There's a guy walking down Bourbon Street with a bed.
Well, as Joe Turner would say, there's another washboard player.
Yeah, really.
Right, Barry?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, was probably going to bring that bed upstairs.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they were doing. I don't know where they were wheeling it from.
Yeah,
They were going down. They're going down Bourbon because there's Orleans Avenue.
yeah.
Down,
Down.
Bourbon Street.
Down toward the club.
We rented a place down on Esplanade for a group of.
We just took it from where they were staying down there, and they said, "Let's just move our bed to the club."
You never got much rest staying above the club, even an hour.
Somebody asked, "Why don't you just stay down there?" Because I mean, usually in Mardi Gras, you'd work 10, 12 hours, and then you'd get to go home for a little bit. But the way traffic was with Mardi Gras crowds and all that, it seemed like by the time you got home, showered, took a little nap, it was time to go back again.
Really?
But at least you got a little bit of sleep. Like I said, if you stay down there, I did that once, and I spent a couple nights down in the quarter. And I said, "Man, you don't sleep at all."
Yeah.
Couldn't do it now.
Okay.
No, I couldn't do it now.
No way.
You'd be surprised how quiet it is upstairs above the club, even when the club's going on. Remember, I lived up there for about 6 months.
You could go upstairs, and you could go
Got
to the
divorced.
back. The back
Yeah.
of the,
For the showers and the little
we had
bedroom.
a private office up there.
Yeah.
But it was real nice. We had a dartboard in there and everything. Had
Oh, yeah.
a little area where you could sleep.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot low because the ceilings were high. We had mattresses up there.
What I remember is boxes and boxes of skimmer hats.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
those were stayed out front of the private office. Not everybody got to go to the private office.
Tons of skimmer.
Those boxes of skimmer hats were gigantic. They were big boxes. We kept them in the back in New York. They
Yeah,
took up a lot of room.
all space. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of-
Light, but took a lot of.
Big. They were big.
Yeah, genuine albino rhino hide.
Yeah.
you're right. You know, they had a bite out. They had a lot of people did that. Wasn't that seen on a commercial or something? With a skimmer hat with a bite out of it. Is that why people started doing that?
Yeah, there was a commercial. "I'll eat my hat" or something like that. And this guy, the tagline of the commercial was, "I'll eat my hat," and the guy had a skimmer on with a bite out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, people were wanting to do that. So as long as you bite your own hat, I don't care.
It's your hat. Eat it.
Eat it.
I was going through my funny list. I found this, and I've never seen this one before.
There's Savrana.
Joe Terra.
Wow.
That's a great.
January is going to be 20. No, it was 20 years already. Wow.
It's been more than that, hasn't it?
Well,
Said he passed away on January 24, 2003.
right.
Oh,
So it's
3.
coming up on 21 years.
21 years. Wow.
He was 78 then, in 2003.
So he'd be 98 now.
Wow.
No. Yeah, 98, right?
Really? Wow.
That's hard to believe.
Very hard.
But he was 46 or 45 when he was working at the club then.
Yeah. That was a real old timer for us, huh?
Yeah, we thought he was old.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I was 19 years old and he's telling me about he went to acting school with Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart, shit, that's ancient.
He was black and white. What are you talking about?
Zafrana.
I love that line. The line there that it says Zafrana could motivate any schoolboy to practice his mandolin.
And one time she was doing a belly dance and we were backing her up playing Havana Gila, one of those songs. And they said, when Joe hits the drum, go to the song Exodus. Joe started getting into it and hit the drum in the wrong place and we changed songs. She got so mad she's flipping her the bird and saying, you fucking asshole.
That was at Captain Tony's.
Yeah, Captain Tony's.
Yeah.
Captain Tony's, yeah.
Where did this article or picture come from?
I know.
Somebody gave it to
okay.
me.
Looks like something you give away at a funeral. Something.
I picked it up somehow. I just can't remember how I got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I have a bunch of pictures of our Carnegie Hall reunion. I just can't seem to locate them. You get so many pictures today with having them on your phone.
Yeah.
A couple more people talking last year here, let's say.
We started,
73 for me.
and I started at 70. And we were best friends before that, and we've been best friends through the whole mustache thing. How about that?
Played a lot of different places around the world.
And you know, we still even like each other. Just a little bit, though. Just a little bit, you know? In fact, it gives me the cramps.
Joe Cervoni was one of the biggest musical influences I ever had in my entire life. Thanks to him, I went to the White House and Yankee Stadium and Shea Stadium and Radio City Music Hall and New Orleans Mardi Gras. We just had a great time. 7 of the best years of my life.
That was before you met me, right?
That's where we met.
I'm only kidding.
That's where we met.
You met in the
Yeah, we
Father's
met
House?
in, yeah.
So you were attracted to banjo playing?
Well, I didn't realize at the time, but it worked out that way.
What's your favorite mustache? I know you heard your cream pie story. What is your biggest mustache story?
Most of it's pornographic, so I don't want to reveal a lot of it.
Did you own a pornograph?
No, I didn't own a pornograph, but I could show you one at home.
45 or 33?
I'm not that smart. That's why I work at the Mustache. I was a person in training when I worked at the Mustache, and that wasn't easy because I got confused and everybody else did. And I'm still there in a state of confusion.
All right.
Thank you for asking.
How did the mustache affect the rest of your life?
Well, I have to say with sincerity that it did. I learned how to tap my foot a lot to music. And I learned how to clap my hands a lot to music. And I learned to have a great affection for Joel because he created all this stuff for a lot of us fellas.
Absolutely.
And it's a great adventure. And it is the time of your life. It is the time of your life.
Yeah, I think we did bring the time of your life to a lot of people who are just pleasantly surprised that such a place like the Mustache in Boston, but of course in the other cities as well, that it was there at all. You know, those were very turbulent years, and yet people could all sort of get together and enjoy the vibes. So I think Father's Mustache taught me in life, keep your sense of humor. It's not all that serious.
Who was the guy with the suspenders and the glasses?
Who were those guys?
I can't think of his name, but he was also at the 50th reunion. I met him and
Art Schleps.
Okay, yeah, because he was at all when we played in the hotel a lot too. We talked. He was an actor.
Yeah.
He was doing some, and he also worked at the Mustache on the side. I mean, we were chatting.
We call him Schlecker.
Schlecker.
Hmm.
He was in the New York club the whole time I was there.
Mhm.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, very wry sense of humor. We chatted a lot out there, but I was horrible about remembering his name. Yeah.
Fellas, I'll see y'all next week. I'm gonna have to run. I'm busy cooking stuff.
Okay,
Oh,
Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Hey,
So
Rick,
y'all better stay safe and all that, huh?
what,
y'all
tell
take
me the
care.
name of the community you live in again?
What? Oh, Hideaway Lake.
Holloway Lake?
Hideaway, like Hide, HIDE -A -way, Hideaway Lake.
Oh, Hathaway Lake.
Hideaway, like peekaboo, hide.
Like a hideaway bed.
Yeah.
It's in the lake. It's Hathaway, it's in the lake.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's not too bad. Yeah. All right. See y'all next week or before.
Right.
All right, see you, Rick. Take care.
All right. Well,
Anybody give any thought to what month looks good for getting together in New Orleans?
Well, Chris had mentioned he's going to be in town possibly next March. I think that's what he said.
Shit, it might be cold in March.
Yeah.
Last week in March would be good, but
Yeah, March is a crapshoot. You know, it can be
Yeah.
hot, it can be cold. You know,
No, it ain't gonna be
it's
hot.
not like we're going to be outside though, huh?
Well, you know,
No.
it doesn't have to hinge on my wife's trip too.
No, I'm just saying, but I know. I said you mentioned you were going to be down here. You know, so
Well, even if I go down for that thing in March, I'd come back down in
Back
April.
again.
So
I'd say probably I'd have to check that. We don't want to do it the same time as the French Quarter Festival because it's
no.
to get a room down there. But sometime early February, early April would be good. I would think. You know,
You have to do it early April or after the Jazz Fest.
Yep.
yeah, after Jazz Fest gets hot. You know, not
It's not that hot in May. Come on. You want to feel hot? Come visit.
August.
So early April would be good, I guess.
Yeah, early April is usually pretty weather. You know.
Yeah. April, you know.
Yeah, you know, we could try for something like that. How we figure it out, just send everybody what dates could you go if we were going to do this?
Sure.
Sure.
Good.
I guess we could send it to a list. You know,
I got a couple of lists here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how. I never get any back, so I guess they work.
It's just nobody joins us on
The only
Thursday.
ones that get back is Joel's. It keeps kicking back every time I send it.
Yeah, yeah.
Does it really?
We
Yeah.
could try just to see a straw poll and see who could, you know, even if you can't get to commit, who would strongly consider doing it, you know, and what date, you know.
Yeah,
say-
give us a
if we
sort
don't
of
do- yeah, don't give it too much of a broad, well, you can come anytime next year, but if we say like the first week of April or something like that, you know.
I think it was
Yeah.
put out in an email as a tentative. We're thinking about it. We're talking about it. What do you think?
I guess we better check and find out when Easter is though, and a lot of people won't go Easter.
Right.
But other than that, I guess we should be okay, you know.
sure.
And we can maybe get a trombone player, you think? What?
You'll have no trouble there getting one.
Well, we get one in New Orleans.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Most of them are dead now.
Well, you got to tell DeFeo to stop having daughters getting married, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's going to the Jazz Fest in Florida, so
Right. Well, he
Maybe
lives in Sarasota.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easter's March 31st.
Dean LeBeau, if he's available, he would come.
hmm
He just couldn't make it to Connecticut because he had something going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would Maynard be up for playing, or he doesn't play much anymore?
No, he doesn't. He stays in his house.
Okay. Well, you can do a
He'll come play a starring number though, won't he?
I don't
He'll
know.
Yeah, he will. Get him a stool. Say, man, you're on. You know, he'll be fine. Maynard would do it, I think.
Well, I talked to him last week and he said he pretty much stays at home.
Yeah, we could check with Banu, and Christine said she would come down if Banu was going to do it too, huh? So.
Well, Easter's March 31st.
Oh, that's
Okay,
Thursday.
that would work out. Would be.
So you talk about the maybe first or second week in April?
Yeah. We definitely would want to be before the French Quarter Fest, which is usually just 3 days, but it's kind of jammed down there.
Yeah, for sure. And where would be like a central meeting place then?
Well, Barry had said that Danny said he thinks, I'm going to see him tomorrow at lunch. He said that he thinks that the band could play down there.
Oh, the hotel he works at.
The Bourbon Orleans, I don't really know what the room rates or what kind of deal they could give. I've never explored that before, you know. But yeah, Danny plays at the Bourbon Orleans, and there's there's a club downstairs in the hotel, you know. So
I like the sound of that.
yeah. That's it, but you have to slide down the banister though. That's
Yeah, I know. We had a lunch one time over at the was it called the Seaport, the old Mustache.
Yeah.
That was.
Oh yeah, where the Mustache is. I don't know if they have any place to play in there.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. They didn't used to.
Yeah, but we get it's a start. We could send out and I'll talk to Danny tomorrow, see what he thinks about it.
You know, with us, I don't know if it has to be a weekend. Most people retired now in our group.
That's true. We could do it on a weekday.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, that'd be fine by me.
We could do it before noon on a weekday.
You get better
have
hotel rates than
We're all gonna take a nap at noon. What the hell, you know?
It has to be over by 8 o'clock at night.
That's right.
We'll be out before you set up for tonight for the club to open, you know. Yeah, we can play. Yeah. Well, it's we give Tom and Emily a reason to come down again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me we'll just send out a straw poll, see what we can do, and I could be here. I guarantee that.
Hit Mike Johnson up in Denver because he's a good point man up there for all the people that are working up there.
Yeah,
that's true.
He likes to do that sort of thing.
Yeah,
So,
and he would and well, of course I don't see Snake today he's usually in
Yeah. Mike Johnson, he's the new Speaker of the House, right?
oh yeah.
That's Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
different house.
Different house.
Jim
All
had
right,
it.
guys, hey, I'm heading out.
All right.
Good to see y'all.
Here.
Hey, take care,
Okay,
buddy.
guys, see you next
Yeah,
week. We're
next
good,
week.
right?
See you
Take
next week.
care.
Bye, guys. Bye, Billy.
Take care.